Well, welcome to day 4 in our framework studies, looking at this question, or statement rather, no one has ever seen God. Now, it's not Christmas yet, but hopefully we've heard the passage that is immediately referred to in this section many times before. But I hope when you had a chance to do the homework and to read through it slowly, making a list of everything that John confidently and simply proclaims about Jesus of Nazareth, and looking at this question of what his qualifications are for revealing God. Again, that sense when we look afresh at what the scriptures are revealing about Jesus, how that has to have implications about many other things we take for granted in what we say about God and what we think must be true. So I'll read some of the things that I wrote down when I first went through this. I've had a chance to do it again, but this is from the first time. So John 1, verses 1 to 18. Jesus is the Word, the logic of the universe. He was with God and he was God. So what he was then, he is now. Everything, computers, people, animals, rivers, stars, and pulsars, don't know why I chose those, was made through him. Speaking about him before he became human, says that he has life in himself. He doesn't need to get life from the stuff we get life from, like food and breathing. And when he has that life, that is light for us. That's how we see everything. Without that life, we're in the dark. People are sent by God to talk about him, it says, looking at verse 6. Yes. Jesus is the true light, genuine, primeval. Before there were any light sources, he gave light and understanding and truth to the universe. Just think about Genesis 1 there for a minute, how there can be light before there was a sun. Well, this is your answer, isn't it? He gives authority to be children of God. Children of God. The more we understand who God is as we look at Jesus, the more astonishing it becomes that he could have children who are like us. That this one we've been thinking about, he became flesh. I've written here with hair and paws and teeth and a nose. Have you ever thought about Jesus' paws? Well, this encourages you too. He is full of grace and truth. Moses stands in continuity with Jesus, and he is even greater than Moses. And lastly, Jesus exegetes, explains, reveals God. They were just some of the things I wrote down. I wonder what you wrote down that had surprised you as you meditated on this section that we know well, but often don't appreciate the significance of. And once we've read that wonderful light from John 1, we then have a quite withering critique of the things we assume we know about God by these two church fathers, Justin Martyr and Irenaeus. Both of them reading from the scriptures, reading from John 1, no one has ever seen God. They take that much more seriously than we tend to take it. It is not possible to have generic ideas about God, like him being omnipotent or being everywhere. And actually, when people speak about this sort of God, often the next few things they say about them immediately contradict some other omni word that they've said. So the idea that God is somehow there to have as an object in the universe that we can poke at and look at and think about, as many discussions about the existence of God go, that just doesn't fit with even the fake ideas of God we had, let alone the real God whom Jesus reveals. When we consider how difficult as well it is for us to naturally see anything in the universe, to see inside our own bodies, to see a virus. No one can see coronavirus right now. We all believe it's there though. No one has seen a galaxy up close. No one has seen a black hole, and some people wonder whether it really exists. No one has seen an atom. There are huge numbers of things that we are ignorant about. So how much more is the living God, who is beyond the realm of our senses and our understanding, totally lost to us, totally beyond our realization? But the incredible thing that we keep discovering when we meet Jesus is actually he reveals how much beyond our understanding this God is, and then shows us that God. He doesn't leave us in the dark in any way. First of all, he reveals that we can't know anything without him, and then he tells us genuine, true things about him, this God who is beyond our understanding and beyond our reach. And it's been really helpful for me, having read this and having listened to all the talk, sometimes in purportedly Christian places, that claims to be about God and actually just doesn't really know anything about the real God, the God Jesus exclusively reveals. Challenging stuff, challenging to realize that without Jesus we are ignorant about the living God.